Well, folks, if you really enjoyed afternoon day game baseball this 2025 season, I sure hope the Cardinals gave you what you were looking for to end the season or end the regular season. Part of that schedule with today's 6-2 loss to the Reds. Welcome on in to Card Central Postgame here on STL Sports Central. All content is brought to you by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Joe Roderick, Grant Salsman, with you after another. I believe the commenter, the first one in the comments, said the offense is putrid. That's a good way to put it. After what we saw today, 6-2. Alec Burleson, nice home run early in the game, and then a whole lot of nothing the rest of the way. As the Cardinals, it might be a little bit of a struggle for the rest of the season, as we know. Mason Wynn out for the year. Before the game today, they announced that Wilson Contreras is out for the year. So again, Grant, it's one of those where it seems like we're all just counting down the days to the offseason at this point.
Yeah, counting down the days for sure. And it's we talked, the Cardinals remained a little competitive. Their roster wasn't totally, think of 2023, where things were just putrid at the end, as Jeremy Hodge put it. But this lineup now is getting pretty bleak. You know, you have a lot of guys that weren't anywhere near the roster up here compared to opening day. Guys you weren't expected to play this much compared to opening day up here. It's bad.
I'm fine with on the offensive side of things. Like I get it, you know, Thomas and JC is gonna play a whole lot. Especially you're not pushing Arenado, you're not pushing Donovan for the rest of the year. You're not doing it. You're gonna just ease them through the rest of the year. They want to be here, they want to play. Okay. I get that point of it. And, you know, with Mason Wynn out the rest of the year, Contreras out the rest of the year, like you're going to have these pieces here and there. Like the offensive side of it, like Jimmy Crooks being in the lineup, no issues with that. Thomas and JC in the lineup. Thomas and JC is not going to be a superstar that is going to start 150 games for you in 2026. He's going to be on your bench, though. He's going to make the opening day roster in 2026. You're not just throwing somebody out there. It's not Garrett Hampson starting every day. It's so at Taylor least you Motter. Know it, right? It's not the Taylor Motter days of a few years ago. You know that Thomas and JC is going to have a role on this team, but when you bring up, you know, memories of 2023, and they are names that I have already forgotten, but they are names that. Again, you go back and you look at some of the guys that pitched innings for the Cardinals in September of 2023, and you're going to look at it and you're going to go, who the hell is that guy? And the reason you're going to say it is not only because you already kind of wiped that out, you men in blacked it out of your mind. Those are also guys that never probably pitched in the majors again after that. And you might end up getting another version of that with Jorge Alcala pitching today and pitching in September for the Cardinals. And Ryan Fernandez, who, okay, he got 2 strikeouts in 1 inning today, but an ERA of 8.64. Like, you're going to get it with those guys. A Chris Roycroft, that's, you know, he's going to really have to re-earn anything on this roster if he wants to pitch in AAA next year. So as far as the offense goes, I'm fine with it, but the pitching, it's just, all right, let's get this over with type of attitude.
And I should re-say my statement of it's not the wrong lineup. It's the right lineup for what they have and what is up there. But I think somebody said they are defeated. I mean, that's what these at-bats, that's what these games look like. It's a team limping their way through the last 10 games. And outside of the bullpen, really, Joe, with Leahy, Riley O'Brien, and Matt Swanson, I don't think there's anyone else in this bullpen that you could say with even a little bit of confidence will be on this roster next year.
And we'll get into Matt Swanson here in a second as we bring you our money moment of the game, Cards Central Postgame. is brought to you by our business banking partners at Home Bank. From business lending to everyday banking, Home Bank has been with us since day one as a trusted partner. Business isn't just about numbers, it's about relationships. With Home Bank, those relationships make all the differences. Home Bank is the team behind our team at STL Sports Central. Visit myhomebank.bank or call 855-577-2001. Home Bank, member FDIC. More than a bank, they are your business partner. The money moment of the game brought to you by Home Bank. And I go back and forth between two for today in this in this game. Both are for the Reds though, because they handily won the game. But the Spencer Steer home run in the fourth inning, the 3-run homer, kind of that was the winning run right there. That home run in the fourth inning. But the money moment of the game was, as you say, felt defeated. I think was the Spencer Steer again. I mean, it's a money moment, but he's your money player of the game. The Spencer Steer 2 RBI single, the little blooper into right field, scoring 2 runs off Matt Swanson in that 7th inning, really just kind of put a nail in the coffin of this game.
Yeah, I think so too. Obviously the homer's a little cooler, but that little bloop single, I think once that made it 6-2, that game was over right then.
If you were watching the game if you were watching the TV broadcast today, you heard Chip and Brad really, really talking up Matt Swanson when he came in. Since the trade deadline, I believe it's 25 innings. He had allowed 1 earned run prior to that. And it's just, again, at some point it's going to break. I mean, Aroldis Chapman, 50 straight batters without a hit just doesn't happen. Eric Gagne, what was it, 70, 80, whatever, how many saves in a row, doesn't just happen. At some point, a reliever's going to go out there and they're going to have a bad inning. And even from the beginning with Swanson today, the first out of the inning was a line drive right at Lars Nootbaar out in left field, just a hard hit ball right at a defender. And that should have probably been a little telling at the moment. You kind of saw the rest of the inning, the way it went to that. Okay, today's the rough one. Now we get to see how he bounces back from that. For as dominating as he has been since the trade deadline, for the last 6-7 weeks that he has been in the new role that he's been in. Okay, see how he bounces back after a bad outing today. And then we'll kind of assess that looking at next year.
Yeah, I don't think that it happens. Like you said, now if he spirals out of control now and the last 10 games, he appears in 5 and gives up runs in all of them, then maybe there's a little cause for concern. But I don't think we have to be that worried about Matt Swanson now. I did leave out Jojo Romero. I would expect him in the bullpen as well next year. But Swanson, I think those 3 guys with Leahy, O'Brien, and Swanson you may have learned the most of all season long. Like, this was the season of runway, and they got their runway after the Cardinals shipped pieces, and you learned a lot positively about those 3 guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you will have pieces in place for the bullpen next year. I think that's very obvious. Cardinal Bill downtown 2-for-15 with Pallante. That's worse than Fetty. Again, I mean, if you've listened to any of these shows that I've been on for the past week now, I started saying it last Friday. Started talking about last Friday. I mean, I'll bang the drum again. I'm on with Randy tomorrow, and I'll say it again. It's with Andre Pallante. You have to suck it up. You have to suck it up and just take in the Andre Pallante starts. I'm not talking to Andre Pallante here. I'm not directing this at Andre Pallante. I am directing this to Cardinal fans out there. You're going to have to suck it up and watch Andre Pallante starts next year, because you have 5 starters right now. Tell me who the Cardinals' 6th starter would be. If one of these guys went down with an injury, tell me who the 6th starter would be. Who would get that spot start if you had your choice in the Cardinal organization right now?
If I had of the 5 starters,
if they had their choice, if they had an option to say, hey, we know that this guy's going to be missing a start, we can put whoever we want in that place. who is going to be that guy. I'm talking about for the next 9 days this season.
Gordon Graceffo?
Maybe Kyle Leahy.
Maybe.
Notice you're naming two guys that are in their bullpen right now. You're not naming a starter from Memphis, right? Because there's not one.
Yeah.
Miles Michaelis is gone after this year. Andre Pallante will be back.
Yeah. Now, here's what.
That's the thing, though. So not only do you have to find a replacement for Miles Michaelis, you then have to find a replacement, somebody better than Andre Pallante. And that's where, again, that's why I say you have to suck it up. And you're going to have to watch him pitch poorly next year.
I think there's a chance, Joe, to your point, though, that if you sign an arm or two, maybe Leahy becomes a starter, that Andre Pallante is that sixth guy. Maybe used a little bit how we saw Matz use this year, Leahy use this year. And the Cardinals aren't going to get lucky. Someone's going to get hurt. So either way, even if Pallante is not a starter come next season, he will start games next year.
Yeah, he will. So the team needs three. Yeah, we know how many starters. Like we know that the one replacement isn't going to do anything. It's just you have to be honest with yourself about what this team is going to go out there and do for the next year. It sucks, but again, it's just those things that you have to. You have to limit your expectations of what it next year is going to look like. Hey, all content here on STL Sports Central is brought to you by DraftKings and Missouri. Get ready. The wait is almost over. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State, and you can sign up today. New Missouri customers can get $300 in bonus bets when we launch on December 1st. Download now, place a $5 bet when we go live. DraftKings Sportsbook brings everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code STL Sports to grab $300 in bonus bets. That's code STL Sports when you place a $5 bet when we go live on December 1st. That's code STL Sports. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Cardinals are off tomorrow as they get set to welcome the Brewers into town. If you missed it at the start of the show, if you missed it during the game today, Wilson Contreras placed on the 10-day injured list with the bicep strain, effectively shutting him down for the rest of the season. So Alec Burleson will be your first baseman from here on out. And continue to put up the good offensive numbers he had. They show the graphic during the show today. Leads the team in hits, second in home runs, second in extra base hits, second in virtually every offensive category. And his home run today, number 17 on the season. Thank God that Wilson Contreras hit home run number 20 a few weeks ago, because that might be the only Cardinal with 20 home runs this season. I went back and looked earlier today. Do you know, not counting the COVID year, not counting 2020, Grant, the last time the Cardinals went a full season without having at least one guy on the roster hit 20 home runs?
With one guy or two guys?
One guy on the roster. I did not look two guys. I didn't go that extensive with the research. I guess I could have, but I don't think I would have.
Was I alive?
You were not alive.
Were you alive?
I was alive.
I'm going to go one of the dark days, like 1997.
They traded for Mark McGwire in 97.
Okay, 96. 96.
1994. Todd Zeal and Ray Lankford each hit 19 home runs. And I guess as I say this now, 94 season was also cut short. So I might need to go back. And as I said, that was the strike year. So I think I need to go back even further and further to find a full season of less than of that. So I'm going to have to continue on with my research here for this, because in '93, hard hitting Mark Whitten had 25 home runs that year. I'm going to continue on here. '92, Langford had 20. In '91. Am I going to find it in '91? Yep, that's where it was. The last full season of baseball where the Cardinals did not have a 20 home run hitter. 1991. Todd Zeile led the team in home runs that year with 11.
Wow.
Ray Langford had more triples than Todd Zeile had home runs in 1991.
How many games did that team win?
That team, 84 and 78.
Even back then, you had to hit the long ball.
Yeah. Ryan Fraley, 92 to 94 teams were better and more fun to watch
with
than
the triples.
At least they hustled more. Yeah. And then Charlie, save your stuff for a show Brendan does. I'm not sure when he's on next, but you could save that for him. Cubs also clinched a playoff spot today, so they still might be playing for something though next weekend. Their magic number to clinch the number 1 wild card spot is 6 right now, so still up in the air if the games next weekend in Chicago will mean anything. We will wait to find out as baseball gets played over the next week and a half. Cardinals off tomorrow. They get back at it against the Brewers this weekend, fan appreciation weekend in St. Louis at Busch Stadium for the Cardinals' final home series of the 2025 season. Back at it again tomorrow with the Randy Carricker Show early in the morning at 10 a.m., talking all kinds of baseball and NFL stuff, and we will get you going around at 10:02 tomorrow morning with that. For Grant Salsman, I'm Joe Roderick. This has been STL Sports Central's Card Central Postgame, all content brought to you by DraftKings. The crown is yours.